Speedway with the Fort Worth Screen Printing Cup Series from iOS. I'm Josh Hall. I'm going to be calling it tonight by myself. But tonight, we're in for a treat at the survival of the fastest 200 here at Bristol. 200 laps for Bristol night with the iOS Cup cars should be exciting. As we take a look real quick at our point standings, after Daytona last week, our first race. Sorry, we're 2 races in. I don't have my Atlanta points up yet. I apologize. But we do have, from last week, it was Cook coming in with the win out of nowhere, saving his tires. Be able to get there at the end. I'm sorry, not Cook. Dakota Camper. Be able to be there at the end to make sure that he could get that win on tires. As we see here in qualifying, a couple cars having some issues. It's a tough track to get around. It's slick. It's nighttime. Bristol, it's concrete. It's tough to get around. And these guys are going to be doing 200 laps here. And you can already see up on that high lane, you got a little bit of marbles forming up there. And typically the high lane is where you really want to run these cars. So these guys are going to be doing what they can tonight to make sure that they can get around this track fastest, safest, and be there at the end. So we've got about, I want to say about 2 or 3 more minutes left in practice. Oh, about 6 more minutes here in practice. Right now, James F. Moore at the top of the charts. And our winner from last week, Dakota Camper, in second. Cody Moore, Kyle Mays, and Todd Mays making out your top 5 right now. As we see Bobby Mays on track right now. Bobby is out there seeing what he can do to get this qualifying run underway. And you see that right now that the way you want to run this track, you want to be right up at the top here on entry. Slide it down to the bottom and exit hard off the corner. And these guys, they're not going to be able to make it full throttle until they're about halfway down the front stretch and back stretch. So it'll be interesting to see who can save their tires and who's going to be there at the end. As you see Bobby having a little trouble there. But he's going to be up at the top of the board now. Well, 14.71. Second place, 14.72. Third place, 14.74. 14.7. So you can see how tight the top 10 really are. Being the top 9 being 1/10 of a second separating them. And interesting, you can see the layout of the track. It's a bull ring, it's a stadium, it's a coliseum. This is one of my favorite places to watch a race. The Bristol night race always falls right around my birthday. It's one of those things I've always wanted to go to. I know a couple guys here are in that area. They've been to the race a few times and it makes me jealous every time I think about it. So we'll have to see who's going to be the fastest, who can survive the night, hence the name, Survival of the Fastest. And I'm looking forward to seeing who can save their tires. There's a couple guys here we know are really good at saving tires. Some not so much. But I imagine the guys who are able to save those tires, maybe somebody like Dakota Camper who can play that strategy just right like they did last time. Or somebody like Will Witt or Austin Blaylock who are always right there at the top. Let's see what they can do tonight. They keep themselves up there. Got Dean Qualley saying, go get the win, Cyclone Racing. Don't forget, if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, go ahead and throw a comment at us, throw a like. I try to read the post the most I can and respond when I can. So we have just about 3 minutes left of qualifying here. I do apologize for not having the right points up on the screen, but see if I can get the right points here. So I do apologize. Let's see if we can get tonight. The stage will be at lap 70. We're going to have 3 extra sets of tires tonight. Got the points here. I'm going to throw up on the screen. So after Atlanta, Dakota Camper is actually going to be your points leader at the moment, with TJ Floyd in second, Dustin Dean, Brandon White, and Bobby Mays making up your top 5. And those two, TJ and Dakota, both having a win up there, being at the top of the points. Just Dakota having those 2 top 10s and those 2 playoff points make a big difference. TJ also having the 2 playoff points, Dustin with 1, Bobby with 1. So those playoff points, when it comes crunch time at the end of the season, be important to have those. But it's a long season, as we know. A lot can go on. As we got just about a minute left in qualifying. Looks like everybody's made their qualifying attempts. I don't see anybody on the track right now. A couple cars deciding not to qualify tonight, which may not be a bad idea, considering we saw what can happen on restarts, especially what happened in Atlanta there, with some people having a couple issues on restarts and spinning tires. And hopefully people have kind of learned from that tonight and see what they can do, make sure they can get the power down safely and get those cars rolling back on green. So we got about 20 seconds left in qualifying. And we'll get to the racing action here at Bristol Motor Speedway. I see another message here. Dean, no, Gil is not racing tonight. He had to work, unfortunately. He's always fast at short tracks like here at Bristol, Martinsville. We always see him up towards the front, so I was excited to see him tonight, but unfortunately he's not going to be here. So let's roll through our grid real quick. On pole tonight, Bobby Mays in the 5 machine. Outside of him, James Moore. Second row, Dakota Camper coming in 3rd, and Cody Moore in the 52 machine on the outside. Kyle Mays in the 55 will be rolling off 5th, and Todd Mays rounding out row 3. Michael White in the 09 Operators Racing Machine in the 7th spot, and Nicholas Iomo in the 8th spot. Dylan Redding rolling off 9 in the 11 machine, and Brownell Jr. rounding out row 5. Dustin Dean in the 11. In the 21 will be rolling off 11th. Stephen Black in the 98, rolling off row 6. Blake Hensley in the 31, 13th, and Austin Blaylock in 14th. Chris Wheeler in the 22 machine, rolling off 15th, and Logan Hagerman outside of him in row 8. And our own Intensity Racing team, Brandon White in the 019, rolling off 17th, Max McClure in 18th. Gannon Cyphers in the 42 will be rolling off in 19th, and Bailey Jones in the 88, rounding out row 10. Greg Froelich in 71 be in 21st, inside 11th row. Jacob Bowen on the outside of the 11th row in the 28 machine. Colin Willems in the 18 machine. He'll be rolling off 23rd. He had a great couple runs the last couple of weeks. We'll see where he starts way back in the pack, see if he can get up to the front. And Derek Chaput rounding out row 12. Michael Provost in the 25th spot, and Michael Lawrence rolling out 26th. Greg Schroeder in the 4 machine rolling out 27th. And Jimmy McFarland in the 28th spot. Eddie Morris. It says Apex Racing, but he's part of Intensity Broadcasting team. He'll be rolling off 29th. And Zach McBride in the 30th spot. Brian Nudie rolling off 31st. Will Witt 32nd. Jackson Qualley in 33rd. TJ Floyd 34th. Derek Regal in the 35th spot. Kerry Moore in 36th. And Philip Manzo will be rolling out 37th. As these guys are getting set for their first of 2 pace laps here. And again, a slick concrete track. We'll have to see how these guys are able to get the power down. As we take the wide angle view here. They're going to have 1 pace lap left to go. And I expect to see a lot of give and take. It's a long race. We've got 200 laps. Let's see what these guys can make happen here as the pace car is on the backstretch. Bristol's unique in that aspect too. It's got pit roads on both the front stretch and the backstretch, so sometimes it's really easy to get lost here as to figure out what side of the track you are on. As the pace car is getting ready to make the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Bobby Mays leads him to the green flag, and he gets a great jump off James Moore as they go into turn 1. James on that preferred outside line, but Bobby's able to get that up there and take that position away. He's going to start to pull away a little bit from that 61 machine. See down on the inside. Oh. And is the 09 of Michael White trying to make that bottom lane work, but it's not going to come in until later on the race, I don't think. As everybody kind of gets single file and spread out right now. See the 55 of Kyle Mays put a little pressure on Cody Moore. And already a little challenge for the lead here as James Moore tries to dive down to the bottom side. That's going to open the door for Dakota Camper, though, to get up on that high side and get that good run off the corner. And as you see him just go around the 61, he sets his eyes on Bobby Mays. And being down on that bottom is definitely not where you want to be right now. The tires are cold. The track is slick. It looks like he's just going to start to slide backwards. You can see he's definitely not in the position you want to be down on that bottom. You definitely don't. Oh, we got a caution out on the track. So it's time for our first Wreckage Rewind. See if we can see exactly what happened here. And it looks like, oh, we have a couple cars just. It looks like the 19 of Max McClure had a little trouble here. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened here. Oops, not Max McClure. Transition back here. You see the 42 of Gannon Cyphers gets into the back. It's a 19 on my screen. I'm not exactly sure who that is. Bailey Jones gets caught up in it with the 71. Everybody else taking great evasive action to get around, so great job there. And I'm not really sure who that was that, oh, that was Brandon White in the 019. He's the one who had the trouble there. You see him on pit road right now. But up in front, Bobby Mays, still your leader. Dakota Camper was coming to put a little pressure on him there, but yellow came out and changed everything there. But let's see if Bobby picks the inside or the outside here on the restart. I imagine as the leader, he'll be on the outside. Race control here. Race control just came across. It said, something tells me I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm hoping we will. Once we get things kind of straightened out, I'm sure we're going to get a great green flag run. Our previous race, we just watched the Super Speedway Kings go 77 laps the entire race, caution free, at Talladega Super Speedway with 40 cars on the track. So it's impressive when you see a Super Speedway race like that with that many cars go caution free. But it's Bristol. We never expect Bristol races to go caution free. As we see, our leader Bobby Mays does pick the outside for his restart. And Kyle Mays right behind him. They come down through turns 3. The pace car is going to take that hard left-hand turn back on the pit road. It's going to give Bobby Mays the opportunity to fire off, which he does. Green flag's back in the air. A little bit of wheel spin a little bit further back. As you see the rest of the field kind of scatter back there towards the rear. But Bobby Mays gets a great jump, and unfortunately for Dakota Camper, not the best of jumps, as that machine's starting to go backwards, unfortunately. But great battle here between Michael White and Kyle Mays, as they were just side by side for a moment. But now Kyle has his sights set on Bobby. And a lot of mixing it up throughout the track, and Bristol's such a small track, you'll see that we'll be working lap traffic pretty quickly. You see on the track map, these guys in the back of the field are already almost more than a half a lap down. So as these 15-second lap times click off, we'll be seeing that lap traffic come into play, especially a track like this where it's just so tight and narrow, and that really having just a one groove racetrack, that lap traffic is going to make a huge difference here. We see Dakota Camper trying to make a move on Michael White here, but just not able to get close enough. We move through the pack. We see Dustin Dean already up to the 7th spot, making his way through the field. Stephen Black also up 4 spots. And another big mover right now, back in 19th, Zach McBride in the 46 machine, already up 11 spots from the start. And Will Witt, another big mover here. He's up 9 spots as he's working around the 95 of Michael Provo. He's going to take that position away on the high side. So already some big movers and shakers throughout the field. Unfortunately, that means that there's a few movers and shakers in the opposite direction as well. See Noah out there saying Max's car is looking fresh. Max having a good run here too, as he's sitting in 17th. Starting to move through traffic a little bit. Right now, here's going to be the closest battle on the track right now. You got the 61 Under fire from Dustin Dean. That's Cody Moore. I'm sorry, James Moore. And Stephen Black now underneath Dustin Dean, trying to make a move on the inside here. Oh, a little bit of contact between Dustin and Stephen. Stephen's going to have to fall back in line. And fortunately, at a short track like this, a little bit of contact like that's not really going to hurt the car. As we got a big wreck on the front stretch. Yellow is out, and they're still piling in. And that's going to bring up our wreckage replay. And that happened right in front of the leaders, it looked like. Actually, I think the leaders were... looks like the leaders were involved in that one. As I saw... Bear with me for a second while I try to figure out exactly what happened here. Yeah, our leader was caught up in that. That looked like... Should we go back to the race in action here? We see Jackson Qualley here on the inside of the 86 machine. That's Derek Regal. And Derek just catches the wall, comes across the track, catches Jackson right in front of the leader. There's our leader, the 5 machine, piling in. And you can see from here, he bounces off the inside safer barrier. The 55 is got nowhere to go. The track is blocked. Here comes the 09 of Michael White. Dakota Camper, the 52. Dustin Dean, the 21. The 61. Everybody just kind of comes piling in. Everybody's not able to check up. Stephen Black also gets a little piece of that. The 25 comes spinning through as well. So that's Todd Mays actually spinning down there, but able to avoid it, as well as Dylan Redding able to avoid that as well. So unfortunate for our leader there, getting caught up in that. And I do believe there's even more going on towards the back. Nope, just everybody slowing down for the pace car. On my screen it said they crashed, so I just want to make sure. So that's going to be our second caution of the night. And Kyle May is able to sneak through there with the least amount of damage. And the 09 of Michael White got a little bit of rear end damage, but not too bad. Dakota Camper, a little bit of damage. Cody Moore. Stephen Black, I think it's the first car that's not damaged up here. As the pace car makes that hard left-hand turn. Green fly back in the air. Kyle Mays with a huge jump on the restart. Able to pull right away as we see a little further back in traffic. Up already. Under fire. Michael White trying to make the move here around Kyle Mays. They're side by side off the car. A little loose from both of them there. And the yellow is back out. Let's see if we can see what happened here. With another Wreckage Rewind. As I dial up this Wreckage Rewind here, see if we can see exactly where and when this happened. Looks like it starts, whoops. I apologize. I had it wound up and then I hit the wrong button. So it looks like it starts here with the 12 of Brian Merrill Jr. as I'm going to get this rewound. It looks like a little bit of a miscommunication. He thought he was clear in front of the 61. Comes up across the nose of the 61. 29 comes barreling in, and the 22 machine gets a little piece of that as well. Other than that, Bailey Jones gets hit in the rear trying to check up. So she had a little bit of damage from that as well. As you see, she was just trying to check up for Max McClary. Gets in the back of Max and then gets tagged from behind by Will Witt. And up front, Kyle Mays was able to hold off the hard-charging Michael White. And you can see at the bottom of the screen a couple cars on pit road. Just getting damage repaired, I'm sure. You see the Greg Fronek rolling on pit road now. It's Nicholas Ioma. He was on pit road. Eddie Morris coming to pit road. I don't know if Eddie has any damage he's getting fixed or if he's just putting fuel in the car. Trying to get things fixed up here. Actually, it looked like Eddie had a little bit of damage on the back end, so he got that all fixed up. Apparently there's a message on Max's back bumper. So you can see what this says. At least I didn't spin Deegan. That's awesome. That is hilarious. That is a shout out to Dustin Dean there from Daytona. If you ask him, he'll tell you it was a different story. As Kyle Mays now taking that high line. Getting ready for the restart here. Pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. Great start from that 55 machine. And the 09 of Michael White thought he was going to be able to slide up there behind, but Stephen Black in the 98 machine had better thoughts as Michael's really loose on that bottom lane. And that's going to allow Stephen Black to drive right on by. Now he sets his sights on Kyle Mays. Also, Dylan Redding now moving up into that 6th spot, putting some pressure on Dakota Camper. See Dylan Redding moving on by, and the 52 of Cody Moore trying to follow Dylan along, and the 21 of Dustin Dean trying to get up there too. Dustin's going to jump to the high side though and try to make that lane work. Oh, contact with Dylan Redding around. But no caution. As now Stephen Black putting pressure on Kyle Mays to the inside. They're side by side. Through 1 and 2 here, still side by side. And Kyle Mays has the advantage on that high lane, but Stevens is making that bottom lane work, which is impressive. Normally you don't see that very often. Be able to get that bottom lane, but he's going to have to fall back in line. He doesn't want to burn off those tires too much. But already trying to make that move back. Back to the inside. Just can't make it work. Looks like he clipped the apron just a little bit, upset the car there. sending up the track. A little further back, we got Dustin Dean underneath Michael White. He's going to take that third spot away. But Kyle Mays still under pressure from Stephen White. Stephen Black, excuse me. Stephen just trying to put enough pressure on Kyle to make him make a mistake. Back to the inside. And these guys running side by side like this, all it's doing is eating up their tires, especially Steven on the bottom side. And with tires being such a premium here with only 3 extra sets, it's going to make it tough for these guys because they're going to want to save the best they can. But a little contact at the 55 into the wall. He saves it. Dustin Dean's going to go right on by. But wow, Kyle, it's a little bump there from Stephen Black. A little bump and run action. But he keeps it going as back here we got another battle going right now. The 22 of Chris Wheeler on that inside lane trying to get around Michael White. Michael's not going away on that high side though, and here comes Dakota Camper in this party too. As Chris Wheeler's doing everything he can to get to that high side, he's going to clear Michael White and be able to run that high lane, which is the preferred lane. Everybody's going to follow in single file here. Dustin Dean now trying to catch up to Stephen Black. And you see the damage that Dustin has on the front of his car as he's really working that throttle here. And you can hear he's not quite full throttle until about halfway down the front stretch. But ever so slightly starting to catch up to Stephen Black. Big battle back here between Jacob Bowen, the 18 of Colin Willems, who's up 13 spots. Jacob's up 13 spots as well. And the 52 of Cody Moore as the 18. Colin Willems just dives to the inside to take that position away from Jacob Bowen. He's going to clear him easily. And he's going to keep moving on up. Right behind them, the 99 Austin Blaylock also having a pretty good run here. Just in front of this, Michael White is starting to struggle a little bit. He's going backwards, unfortunately. You see Colin Willems now underneath Michael White and just driving by. I wonder if Colin's got some fresher tires because he's as the yellow flag is out. Just saying that that 18 was starting to fly there. We'll have to see what happened here to bring out this last yellow. It looks like the 11 of Dylan Redding with some more issues. As we see here, the 12 and the 14. Oh, a little contact from the 14. Sends Dylan in the wall across the track. Looks like everybody else was able to avoid him, which is fortunate. I don't think he's got too much damage on that car. So he should be able to get in there and get that thing fixed up. Right now, Stephen Black, your leader. That was a great little green flag run these guys had. Showing a lot of respect, a lot of give and take. See Dustin Dean there hitting pit road. Sure he's going to get that car fixed up. See Dylan Redding on pit road as well. Let's see if Dustin takes a reset here. Yes, he does. Dylan does not. So Stephen Black, big mover tonight. Up 11 spots from the start. Chris Wheeler in the 22 up the 4th. He's up 11 spots. Colin Williams in the 18 up 16 spots from the start. How about Will Witt and TJ Floyd? Will Witt up 22 spots in 10th. TJ Floyd up 23 spots in 11th. So some big movers and shakers. Jackson Qualley, we saw him have some issues there in that first yellow. He's, or second yellow, I should say. He's already up to 16th, back up 17 spots. So he had a great recovery there. It's so far a great race up at the front here. As Stephen Black is doing everything he can to save his tires. He's going to restart on that high side, as we've seen all the leaders do so far tonight, because that high side gives you such a better run off. It seems that's where the grip is, right up against that wall, and it's a fine line between running against that wall and getting into that wall. So we'll have to see how he's able to manage it here. As the field is coming through turns 3 and 4, you'll see the pace car make that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. And Stephen Black's going to hit the gas, and we are back to green flag racing. And again, a great restart for everybody. Nobody really spin their tires. Haven't seen any issues here. You see the front 4 cars just got in single file here. A little further back, Austin Blaylock trying to use the outside lane to get around Dakota Camper here, our winner from last week. And right behind him, Will Witt and Gannon Cyphers trying to follow them right on through. You see the 18 of Colin Williams right back into the mix of things. He's having another great run tonight. Oh, and Austin Blaylock gets up into the wall. That's going to stack up that entire high side. Great battle here. 3 wide with Eddie Morris for a second in the back. And caution is back out. So that brings up our Wreckage Rewind here. Let's see if we can see what happened. I believe there's a couple people caught up in that one. Just trying to dial up. There it is. Let's go back here, and we saw the 3 wide right in front here with Eddie Morris. Third time tonight I've done that. I apologize for that. There we go. So we saw that 3 wide there, and the 61 just loses it on the straight, which is easy to do when you have hot tires. And sometimes that car just wants to turn around on the straightaway. He's trying to lock it down. The 12 car gets by, but he kind of scatters. Haley Jones gets around it. Dustin Dean, not so fortunate. Also the 019 of Brandon White involved as well. You see the 46 there of Zach McBride also getting a piece of it. The 31, unfortunately, getting caught up in this as well. That's Blake Hensley. But I thought for a second there, it looked like Dustin Dean was going to get through it. But unfortunately for him, it just looks like the wrong place at the wrong time. Let's see if we can ride on board here with Dustin and see exactly what he saw. As he sees smoke up ahead of him, he's already on the brakes trying to get it dialed down, and that 61 just comes right back across the track in front of him, unfortunately for him, and then he gets hit. They had insult to injury, gets hit again. As we see, he's still on pit road here. Stephen Black with that little bit of front end damage, though. You see that, and it's fortunately not affected him. He's been able to keep that thing up at the front. But still, nobody's coming in pit of these top cars here. So everybody's been staying out. And I imagine people were going to stay out here because we are going to be closing the stage pretty soon at lap 70. Even if it's under yellow, we're still going to finish that stage up. Talk about the conditions here tonight a little bit. Bristol Motor Speedway, half-mile track. Right now, track temperature is 69 degrees. Air temperature is 64. So, nice cool track. These guys should have some good grip here. A little bit of humidity, 44%. Winds aren't going to really matter here at a short track like this. As the lights on the pace car do come off, we're going to have a one-lap shootout for the stage win here. We will not be going yellow at the end of the stage. We stay green, and points will be awarded to the top 10 with the winner of the stage getting that also important playoff point. And then bonus points, 10 points for first, on back to 10th, that gets 1 point. Pace car is going to pull off here. Green flag back in the air. Stephen Black with that great jump on the high side. And look at Chris Wheeler. Also getting a great jump on that high side. I thought he was going to go right around the 55 Kames. It looks like we're on lap 72, so the stage break is over. I do apologize for that. Stephen Black will be your stage winner, as he just goes out to a huge lead here. And now Chris Wheeler is starting to set his eyes on Stephen Black. Chris has been saving his tires and saving that car all night, being able to get that Mountain Dew ride up into the top 2. A little further back, we've got a battle back here. Jacob Bowen, the 35 of Will Witt, TJ Floyd, Dakota Camper. Oh, we see Bowen loses it, comes across. Oh, this is going to be big. Caution is out. So Eddie Morris got a piece of that. Don't think it's going to affect him too much, but man, unfortunate right there in front of the pack. Jacob Bowen spins and see if we can see from another view here exactly what happened to Jacob. And as I mentioned before, it's really easy on hot tires just to lose control. You see coming off the corner, the car looks like it's planted. He hits the gas, and the car just loses control and goes right around. He's able to just barely glance that inside safer barrier. Doesn't look like he's got too much damage, but here's the problem. He comes right back across the track in the center of the corner, locks it down, But right in front of the field, they just come piling in. And you see Eddie Morris getting a chunk of it. Dylan Redding. Oh, quite a few cars getting a piece of that. The 61 and the 019 also having some issues there as the track was blocked. You see that everybody's kind of scattered, and the 019's up in the wall. The 11 catches him just a little bit, shoves him back up the track. And it's just a mess. And here at even here at Bristol, we can have the big one, which you just saw. And Stephen Black still at the front, and again, these guys still haven't pit yet. Looks like let's take a look at the pit strategy here. Only Bobby Mays in the 4th position has come in and taken any kind of service to the car, which he had to because he was involved in that wreck. So he's been able to drive back through the field. So yeah, when Jackson Qualley had those issues with, I already forgot who it was, right in front of the leaders there, and Bobby Mays piled in there. He's already drove his way back up into the 4th position. So great run from him getting back through the pack. See another message here on Facebook. Cassie Willems says, "Let's go, Colin." Colin's having a pretty good run so far. He's back in the 22nd spot right now. Had to pit, had some issues early. Was driving his way through the field and fortunately got caught up. I expect to see him drive back through the field. Pace car's off. Stephen Black hits the gas. We're back to green flag racing, and a great jump. Man, it looked like Kyle Mays was just left sleeping as Bobby Mays goes right around the outside. Here comes Will Witt around the outside of Todd Mays. And caution is back out as we have another spin out on track. See if we dial up and see what happened here. As it looks like oh, there it is. Looked like Craig Schroeder had some issues there. We're going to rewind and look at this from a different view here. Another instance of somebody thinking they're clear and just not be. Oh no, I apologize. The 4-car hits the wall, comes off the wall right in front of the 09. Max McClure gets a piece of it as well. That's the 09 of Michael White. The 47 involved as well. Tough night tonight for a couple drivers here. Just nowheres to go, and when the track closes up in front of you, there's just really nothing you can do. And unfortunately, just a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Mark Shaver says, Mays trio for the win tonight. So he's saying the Mazes are going to go 1, 2, 3. We got Bobby in second, Kyle in third, and Todd in fifth. So those Mazes are right there at the top. There's a couple guys up here I wouldn't count out. Will Witt up 28 spots, up in 4th. TJ Floyd up to 26 spots, sitting in 8th. So there's your big movers of the night so far. Michael Lawrence, Cheeseburger's up 16 spots. He's up to 10th. Derek Chaput up to 13th. 11 spots up. And Michael Provo up to 15th. He's gained 10 spots since the drop of the green. So, a couple big movers and shakers throughout the field. And then, of course, Bobby May is probably the biggest mover and shaker, even though he's technically minus 1 spot because he started on pole and he's sitting in 2nd. He had to drive through the track from the pack from the back after being caught up in that early caution when a couple lap cars spun out right in front of him. But he's able to get that car fixed up, and he's right back in contention. We'll have to see what Steven does here in this restart to try to keep Bobby behind him, as these tires are starting to get old, and I'm sure they're getting slick. As the pace car pulls off on the pit road. Green flag in the air. Stephen Black with a great jump again. But Bobby May is able to slide up into that high side. Here comes Will Witt on the outside. He's going to get around Kyle. He's going to set his sights on Bobby. A little further back, there's a little battle here between Gannon and Cyphers. You see the 52 of Cody Moore go around TJ Floyd. TJ having to check up hard not to get in the back, which also causes Gannon Cyphers to have to check up real hard. That little accordion effect, but Stephen Black now under pressure from Bobby Mays. Bobby driving all the way back up to the front here. As we're approaching halfway. As right now, Bobby is all over. Oh, he's sliding sideways, trying to get around that 98 of Stephen Black. And this is a great battle here as Stephen's just kind of holding his line, running his own race. It's one thing to catch him. It's another thing to try to get around him. And you can see Bobby just kind of falling off just a little bit. Trying to save those tires, see if he can get another run at it in a moment. Will Witt starting to come into the picture too, as those two were battling hard. It's allowed Will to kind of start to pull right in. And then back here, it's just a gaggle of cars with Max McClure, the 52 of Cody Moore, TJ Floyd, the 55 of Kyle Mays, and Logan Hagerman in that 7 machine. And right behind them, you got Todd Mays trying to catch up to this little pack here and get something going. And Stephen Black now under pressure. Bobby Mays to the inside. They're side by side through 3 and 4. Onto the front stretch. Stephen Black's going to lead that lap. And Bobby's doing up, and the caution is back out. It looks like we have quite a big one here. See him 3 wide. Did it yet again. We see him 3 wide here. Coming through the corner. That's Jackson Qualley down on the bottom, and he comes off the corner. You see the 95 bounce off the wall, overcorrect it, and he think he's going to come back down across that. Yep, he's going to catch Jackson here. The two of them are going to spin right in front of the field here. Bailey Jones involved. The 14 involved again. 71. And that's what's going to bring out your yellow as the track just gets blocked. And fortunately, looks like everybody behind this got it woed down. Not to get involved any further. Actually, that happened right in front of the leaders too. So, fortunately for the leaders. Speaking of leaders, we have a new leader now. Logan Hagerman to the lead. Austin Blaylock second as Stephen Black, Bobby Mays, Kyle Mays, everybody going in and getting those tires finally. Tires in service. As you see, our pit strategy, who's been on what stint so far tonight. And that 7th spot, Bobby Mays, just coming in, taking tires. He's going to be the first car out there with new tires. But now we're going to see a couple new faces up at the front here. See Logan Hagerman here leading, and I do believe this is the first race he's led so far this year. So Austin Blaylock sitting here in second. Chris Wheeler back in the 3rd spot. Colin Willems into that 4th spot. Michael Lawrence making it up into the top 5. Run that Cartoon Network car. I like that. It's sharp. Growing up, those were always some of my favorite cars, were the Cartoon Network cars. As the lights on the pace car are off. Pace car's going to be taking that hard left-hand turn. Logan Hagerman's going to hit the gas. Green flag. Back in the air. Great jump there. Austin Blaylock stuck on that bottom lane. He's going to have to fall in behind Colin Willems. Oh, some contact a little further back. That's Michael White. Oh, right behind him, the 55 of Colin Mays. And that's, we got a caution on the track. We got a big one out on the track. Because of all that checking up that we had to do. See if we can see what happened here. Oh, we got the 52 and Will Witt getting together on the front stretch. Max McClure runs into the back of TJ Floyd. 42 of Garen Cyphers gets turned around as well. I think he just hit the brakes too hard, locked up the rears. Max comes back across the track, catches the outside safer barrier. And then it looks like all heck breaks loose behind as you see most of the field come barreling in. The track gets blocked, and folks, that's the big one right there. Eddie Morris involved, Dylan Redding involved. And Logan Hagerman's going to keep the lead here. Colin Willems up to second already. Austin Blaylock sitting in third. So Colin able to take advantage of that yellow, move himself up a spot into position to challenge Logan Hagerman for the lead here when we go back green flag racing. I agree, Dean. It is an interesting race. Dean Qualley coming across saying, what an interesting race it has been. A lot of lead changes, a lot of moving around, and a lot of position changing. The top five, only one car in the top five started in the top five, and everybody else started outside the top 10. So these guys, Logan Hagerman up 15, Colin Willems up 21, Austin Blaylock 11, Chris Wheeler 11, Michael White up 2 spots, so he started in the 7th spot. He's up to 5th. Michael Lawrence up 17 spots in 9th. So a lot of movers and shakers through this race. It's short track racing, so see a couple cars here in front of the leaders. They're going to get the wave around the pace car here as the lights go off on it. They were on the tail end of the lead lap. They'll be able to get back onto the lead lap. Looks like Jackson Qualley has parked the car for the night. I'm getting reports. A couple drivers parking it for the night, having some issues, and pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. Great jump by Logan Hagerman. Looked like a little wheel spin there from Colin Willems. He's going to go backwards, check up that entire bottom line, and that's going to allow Chris Wheeler to get to the outside here and set his eyes on Logan Hagerman. And we see Dakota Camper now. Austin Blaylock getting loose on the inside. Dakota makes the move around the outside. And here comes Bobby Mays in that 5 car on the outside trying to make something happen, getting back up towards the front. A little further back, the 55 and the 09 having a great battle here. As they're all over each other. TJ Floyd trying to make it 3 wide, things better of it. A little contact. Oh, the 09 goes around. That's Michael White. Michael Lawrence involved as well. And they're still piling in. Yellow is out. Eddie Morris just barely able to get that stopped. It's going to bring up our Wreckage Rewind here. As we saw the 09 just get tagged there. And big checkup in front of him. He had to check up. Take a look here. See what happened. See the 09 on that high side there. Austin Blaylock up in the marbles. Kind of hits the wall a little bit. That spooks the 9. He gets into the 55 a little bit. Stephen Black into the back of the 09. That sends him around. And when you go around in the corner here at Bristol, these self-cleaning tracks, they just don't help the cars coming as Michael Lawrence gets involved. And then the track gets blocked. Bailey Jones, you see her getting by. Ryan Merle Jr., he gets caught up in it. The 86 is going to catch a piece of it right there as well. Derek Regal catching a piece in the 86. The 4 car comes piling through. That's Craig Schroeder. Looks like he might have got some help there. Got tagged. 14 of, who's that right there? The 14. That is Jimmy McFarland also getting involved. See Eddie Morris able to get that thing stopped in time. He's got a little bit of damage on the back end. I think that's from earlier, but he was able to get that stopped in time to avoid any damage. As you see the 4 now of Craig Schroeder heading down to pit road. But our leader's still Logan Hagerman up here to the front. And Chris Wheeler trying to put some pressure on Logan there. As you see, Wheeler's got about 20 lap fresher tires than Hagerman does here. So I'm sure that's going to play a difference here as the laps wind down. Willem's also back there, 39 lap tires. But Bobby Mays and Dakota Camper, both with Bobby Mays with the freshest tires here with 18, but back at 7th and 8th, both Kyle Mays and Stephen Black also have only 18 laps on their tires. So those cars back there with the fresher tires are going to have much better handling cars, and they're going to be able to get back up there pretty quickly, I imagine. Lights are off on the pace car. Going to be going back to green flag racing. We're going to do something a little different here. We're going to do a little intensity style crank it up on this restart. As the pace car pulls off. Green flag is back in the air. And a great jump here. Again from Logan Hagerman. Chris Wheeler stuck on that bottom side, but here comes Bobby Mays. Let's get a little crank it up here. Well, this caution is back out on track. So we're going to see what happened here. As the 86 of Derek Regal is underneath the 11 of Dylan Redding. Regal just catches the apron just a little bit. And I don't know if there's any contact there between him and Eddie Morris. But he gets turned around. Catches that inside. No, he keeps it off the inside safer barrier. Comes back cross track. Fortunately, nobody down there to come by. It's going to be just a single car spin right there. Well, this race has become the survival of the fastest as Logan Hagerman still up front. Bobby Mays not able to make anything happen. Chris Wheeler now, who was in second, on the pit road, get his service. See the right side go up on his car. His team will go around and start working on the left side here. Austin Blaylock also in. We were riding along with Austin Blaylock a little bit a second ago, and you could really hear him working the throttle there as they were stuck back in pack. And it's like Austin's going to be able to beat Chris off here. But up front, I can't imagine what the tires feel like for these guys who haven't pit yet. Guys like Logan Hagerman, 71 laps on the tires. That's a long time to be out there on tires. But he's making it work. As everybody else behind him has got 30-lap-old tires. So the fact that his tires are more than twice as old and he's able to stay up there and keep it working for him, that's an impressive drive out of this driver right here. So as the field doubles up again, can Logan keep those tires underneath him to get a good jump here? To keep Bobby behind him, or is Bobby going to be able to time this one right? As the pace car dips back on the pit road. Green is in the air. And again, a great jump from Logan Hagerman. It looked like Bobby may have spun the tires just a little bit. As here comes Brandon White on the outside. So we haven't really talked about yet tonight. Brandon White on that high side trying to get around Bobby Mays. Right now he's got the nose on him trying to make that work. And he does. He gets right around him. And another one with much fresher tires than that 7 car has. We'll have to see what kind of pressure he can put on Logan here. As he looks down to the inside, he's going to pull right up alongside that 7. Little wiggle. Not able to clear him. As these top 4 cars right now, you could throw under a blanket. Take a look back from Logan Hagerman's car. We can hear him working that throttle. Here comes the 19 to the inside. Yet again. And that 19 car just gets loose down there. Every single time he tries to get to the inside there, he's just not able to complete that pass. Now to the inside, Brandon White. Is he going to be able to clear him this time? Not quite able to be there enough to pull a slide job here. And that's allowed Bobby Mays and Stephen Black to get side by side. Oh, a little contact there between Hagerman and Mays. As Brandon White goes right to the front, Stephen Black moves into second. Now Stephen Black rolling that bottom. He's been one of the only cars who's really been able to roll that bottom tonight as well as anybody. As he's starting to set his sight now on Brandon White. Trying to get that low line to work for him. And now behind him, Logan Hagerman getting passed by Bobby Mays, and you can just see the difference that these tires are making as the 55 of Kyle Mays now looking to get around Logan Hagerman. But up at the front here, these two battling. Such different lines between the two of them. You see Brandon really running that traditional high lane around here. where Steven's running about a lane and a half lower than he is. It looks like down here through 3 and 4. Oh yeah, they're running totally different lines. You see how much lower Steven was that time. It looks like it's going to try doing that same thing again. And it's working for them both. They're both running very comparable lap times to each other. One lap, Steven's got the advantage. The next lap, Brandon's got the advantage. As now Steven's almost right on that back bumper. And he's starting to make something happen here. Now he's side by side for the lead. Looks like Steven just got really, really loose getting into the corner here. But these guys are coming up on some lap traffic right now. And that's going to change everything. As you see Brandon White having to take a evasive maneuver down to the bottom. Stephen Black following him down there. A little contact between the 19 and the 46. And that's going to allow both Stephen Black and Bobby Mays to go around. Unfortunately for Brandon White, that lap traffic did not work out for him. Oh, Eddie Moore spins out in front of the pack. Yellow is out. We'll have to see what happened to Eddie there. Got Eddie sideways. I don't know if he had a little help or if he just got on the gas a little too hard. This one looks like it started a little bit further back, maybe about a lap and a half before. Do we see Eddie here battling with the 95? A little contact there, 95 to the inside. Eddie gets a little nudge there. Yeah, he just some contact between the 95 and the 8 and right in front of our leaders too. Couple cars on pit road right now. Dakota Camper hitting pit road. Brian Merle. Logan Hagerman finally comes down pit road to get service done. Bailey Jones on pit road. I think she's getting a brand new car. That thing's all fixed up as we're coming down to crunch time. TJ Floyd on pit road. Will Witt coming to get their service done. But up front, Stephen Black, Bobby Mays, Brandon White, Kyle Mays, and Colin Willems. Colin having a great drive back up to the front here. And something I'm just noticing now, if see if we can catch it again as these guys come through turns 3 and 4. The amount of marbles down on the apron here as they come through the corner, you can really see how much rubber buildup is down there. And as you're exiting pit road, how much that can really affect the car and get cause you to lose traction. As you can really see that tire buildup with some of these views. Not so much up at the top of the track because these guys been running that top. So you're not going to see that buildup, but right there, right at the bottom, entrance of pit lane, down on the apron, there is a lot of debris. A lot of marbles, a lot of loose stuff down there. As these guys are getting ready to double them up, re-rack them, and refire them. It looks like the lights are off on the pace car. As we're coming down to crunch time, I imagine we'll see some aggressive moves out of some of these guys. As the pace car is getting ready to pull in. Stephen Black leads him back to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We have less than 50 laps to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway. A great jump from Stephen Black. Really being able to pull away from Bobby Mays here. Here comes Kyle Mays to the outside of Brandon White. Looks like he's going to clear him here off the corner. Here comes Colin Willems trying to make that outside lane work too, as they're just going to freight train Brandon White back to the 5th position. Now Colin Willems to the bottom now. He's going to get around Colin Mays here. And Colin trying to make something happen here. Colin is all over the back bumper of Bobby Mays now. He's going to dive to the inside. Makes it look easy as the yellow is back out. See if we can see exactly what happened here. Looks like it happened in front of Jimmy McFarland here. See Gannon Cyphers and Eddie Morse here battling side by side. Looks like Gannon catches the wall, comes across right in front of the 14 of McFarland. Eddie loses control. He's trying to save it all the way down that straightaway. Catches the outside safer barrier. Right. Oh, Jimmy McFarland with just nowheres to go, and the 42 catches it again. So we're gonna ride along with the 42 here, so we can see if he just caught the wall or if he just got a little loose here. Just catches the wall a little bit, catches Eddie. Eddie just bounces off the wall, and it's a ping pong ball at that point. We'll take a quick ride with Eddie Morris too, just so we can hear him battling that car, trying to get around, trying to save it. He did everything he could to try to save it, and unfortunately, wasn't able to. Fortunately, Eddie had another reset left in the box here, so he's going to get that thing all fixed up and get back out there. But our leader right now, Colin Willems, to the front. Brian Merle Jr. up to second. Logan Hagerman third. Will Witt and TJ Floyd round out your top 5. And the pit strategy tonight is really shaking the field up. We see drivers up here at the front we normally don't see. We see a couple drivers moving to the front, to the back. And yeah, it's nice to see some different faces and some pit strategy kind of playing out here towards the end of this race. As Colin Willems is going to take that high side on the start. It looks like Stephen Black came in and got some fresh tires. So he's going to be restarting back in the 9th position. as the pace car is getting ready to pull off. Green flag back in the air. And Colin Williams does not get a very good start compared to what we've seen all night. As Brian Merle Jr. is going to stay right with him side by side as they enter turns 3 and 4. Is Colin, oh, yellow is back out. We got a big one on the track here. We're going to have to sort this one out. That one was, saw a lot of cars involved in that one. As we see Dakota Camper here. Have to check up in front of Austin Blaylock, and then he comes spinning back across the track. And yeah, everybody just kind of comes piling in. Austin Blaylock getting the worst of that one. Coming the proverbial ping pong ball there. Getting bounced all around. In fact, let's can ride along here with Austin Blaylock, and we'll see exactly what he saw. We'll take it from the roof. Actually, there's a little contact between the 3 and the 5 there. Here, Austin hammering that gas, throttling up, trying to keep that thing off the wall. That's a pretty good job there, too. As time is starting to run out for some of these guys, these cautions aren't really coming out at the right time for some of these people. We'll go through your top 10 real quick. Colin Williams up to the lead here. 22 spots he's gained since the green flag dropped. Brian Merle Jr. having a great run in second. Will Witt third. TJ Floyd. Logan Hagerman. Bailey Jones up to the 6th spot, having a fantastic run tonight after getting caught up in a couple things. Stephen Black up to 7th. Michael White in 8th. Derek Chaput in 9th. And Bobby Mays sitting back in 10th. I know Mark Shavers was talking about the Mays trio, but right now Kyle Mays sitting back in 18th place. Todd Mays sitting back in 15th place. So the only one of the Mays trio up in the top 10 is Bobby, who's sitting in 10th. After the 3 of them were having such a strong night, all 3 of them were up in the top 5 at one point tonight. Nick Mather just came across, says, "Go Colin, go, 18 for the W." As we double them up here, getting ready to go back green flag racing. And Colin didn't get the start that guys like Stephen Black and the Mazes and whoever's been up front has really gotten tonight. I don't know if that was just Brian Merle being really good at judging the restart, or if Colin just didn't go as soon as he could, or if he spun his tires, because it just did not seem like he was able to get going as well as some of the other guys tonight as the pace car pulls off. Colin, much better restart this time. Pulls out to a great lead. Brian Merle was caught sleeping here as TJ Floyd tried to make that high side work around Brian Merle. Brian now trying to look to the inside of Colin Williams. And TJ Floyd there too, all over the back bumper of Brian Merle Jr. As we are approaching 25 laps to go, yellow is back out. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Oh. looks like a little bit of miscommunication here. As we're going to see Michael Provolt here catch the wall just a little bit. Oh, just got loose a little bit. You see the 31 at the bottom of the screen, that John Deere machine. He is loose, and he's trying to get down to the bottom. The 71 catches the back. And they all start coming piling in here. And that's what brings out our yellow. So we had a couple of takers on pit road here. Brandon White in the 019, he's on pit road. Bailey Jones, who was up in the top 5 a moment ago, she came to pit road. Get some service done on her car. Jimmy McFarland on pit road. Hassan Blaylock on and off pit road. So a few drivers there maybe thinking that tires might be a good thing to get right here. As the laps are lining out, we're going to have about 20 laps to go, give or take, when the yellow flag is lifted. So I have another message here. I apologize if I say this wrong, but Corley Mather also says, "Let's go, Colin." So Colin with quite the fan club again this week. Trying to bring it home for him, as he is up at the point. Lights on the pace car are back out. And Colin is going to restart on that high side again and see if he can fire off as well as he did last time. We got Will Witt and Stephen Black also on that high side. Those are two cars that are extremely fast here tonight, especially making that high side work. We know Stephen, he can run high side, low side. It doesn't matter to him. He's going to make that car work no matter where he puts it, as pace car pulls off on the pit lane. Great jump here by Kyle Williams. He's going to get a fantastic start. Jumps out to about an 8-car length lead here on Brian Merle. And here comes Will Witt all over the back bumper of Brian Merle here. But up front, it allows, as those two battle, it allows Colin Williams just to pull away. As here comes Will Witt to the high side of Brian Merle. He's going to take that position easily, and Stephen Black is going to follow him right along. Oh, yellow is back in the air. You can see what happened here. Looks like I'm going to have to sort this one out. Give me a moment. There's about 4 different wrecks that all happen at one time here. All right. So This starts with the 22 machine and the 55. They go 3 wide into turn 3 here. Squeezing the 37, those two get involved. The 22 actually gets up on its side. While all that's happening, behind they see the checkup. 31 gets a little loose trying to catch things. We're going to stop. And we're going to go focus on the 99 of Austin Blaylock. Because while the 37 was trying to get things gathered up here, Austin Blaylock checks up, locks the rear tires, catches Eddie Morris in the side. Those two go spinning back across the track. Once Austin is sideways across the track, here comes the field. And a parking lot ensues. As people just pile in with nowheres to go. Track is blocked at this point. Everybody's just kind of holding on. Dakota Camper also involved after having such a great start to the night. So there you have it. So you see all these cars up in front of Colin Williams. They're all on the tail end of the lead lap. When we go back to 1 to go, those guys will be able to pass the pace car and get back to the tail end of the field. And don't forget to join us tomorrow night as the iOS Truck Series will be here tomorrow. You'll see a lot of these same guys running the Truck Series as well. So we look forward to that. As the field doubles up here. I thought we were going green, but now the lights on the pace car are off. Colin back on that high side, trying to get the best jump he can get. As I mentioned, that high side is where the grip is. Pace car is going to pull off here. Colin's going to look for that green flag back in the air. Great jump again on Will Witt. Back out to about a 5-car length lead. Here comes Stephen Black to the bottom. Trying to get around Brian Merrill Jr. Brian's going to be able to hang on to it as Will Witt all over the back of Colin Williams. He's having a great run here as he is stalking the back bumper of that 18 machine. As you can see, these two just behind Stephen Black now, starting to pull away from TJ Floyd. Logan Hagerman up into the 5th spot. Brian Miller Jr. unfortunately just starting to fall backwards as he's caught back here in a little bit of traffic. See cars with all different tire strategies here. Who's able to make what work? Because we have under 10 laps to go here. And Colin Williams now pulling back away from Will Witt. And caution is back out on the track. And I just pulled away from this action as we see the 25. That's one of the Mays cars. Gets into the back of the 12, Brian Merrill Jr. Unfortunately, Brian comes down and clips the 25. And I believe that's the 23. The two of them come back across the track, and once that happens, oh, looks like the 09 of Michael White gets involved. 55, the 11 of Dylan Redding also involved in that one. The 25 was Todd Mays. So, tough night for him. And this is not what Colin really wanted to see here. Is more yellow flags because it's more attempts for him to have to restart. And as we saw last week at Atlanta, restarts can be a little tough. Noah Walter says, "Woo, no sleep, gang." Hey, it's almost over. We only got 3 more green-white checkers to go. We go to 5 laps to go. We will have 3 attempts at the green-white checker. So yes, like I said, don't forget to join us tomorrow for another action night of racing. As not just are we going to have the iOS Truck Series, but I just want to check my schedule here so I got the right information. Also, before the iOS Truck Series, we will have race number 3 of the Intensity Broadcasting Racing League from Langley, Super Late Models. That goes off before iOS, so be sure to check that out. And then we'll have a Truck Series race right after that from here at Bristol. As we get ready for this green-white checker attempt, number 1, field gets ready to restart as they roll through turns 3 and 4. Colin Williams on the outside, Will Witt on the inside, TJ Floyd and Stephen Black. Green's back in the air. A little gamesmanship there as you saw a little checkup from that second row as they thought that first row was going to go a little sooner than that. As here comes Will Witt trying to make something happen here. TJ Floyd all over his back bumper. They get around Stephen Black as the white flag is out. One more set of corners to go. Does Will Witt have anything for Colin Williams? As they come through 3 and 4. And Colin Williams is going to be your winner tonight. With Will Witt coming in second. And Stephen Black, gets caught up in something after the fact. Coming home in third tonight. But your winner, Colin Williams. As he's going to burn this thing down. And minus the dirt and grime on the car, that is the cleanest car on the track for sure. as the fireworks go off. Colin makes his Polish victory lap around the track. We'll bring up our results. As Colin continues to burn it down, and be able to interview our top three here. Again, Colin Willems, impressive win after having such a tough race at Daytona a couple weeks ago, having some pit road issues. Coming back and winning tonight. Will Witt, second. Stephen Black, TJ Floyd, Bobby Mays coming back and finishing in fifth. Logan Hagerman, Chris Wheeler, Cody Moore, Michael Lawrence, Dylan Redding. Rounding out your top 10. Let's see if we can dial up Stephen Black here. Steven, it's Josh in the booth. You got us?
I do.
Man, that was a hard-fought battle for third there. You, at one point, seemed to be the fastest car on the track and able to really put that car wherever you wanted to make it work. Third place, though, not too shabby of a finish at a race like this where it's kind of a toss-up in a survival race. How did the race go from your side?
I tried to run low to save tires a little bit there in the beginning. The high line is the faster line here because of the momentum. I know I got loose off of 4 coming to the finish, but that was just hard racing, trying to get third. And I kind of crowded TJ there. I like touched him, and I didn't mean to, and I tried to give him a little bit more room. But I mean, I was trying to do what I could to hold my position. So.
Yeah, it was a great race from start to finish. You kind of stayed up at the front and really made those tires work. I was surprised you guys stayed out as long as you did on the first set of tires. And anything you could do a little differently there towards the end?
Not pit probably. I know Colin had a little bit fresher tires than I did, and he was coming quick. But I mean, track position is much more important here than tires are. It seems like so.
Absolutely. Well, again, congrats on the third place finish. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Tracy Umber Fishing for being my sponsor. Raise Energy. Of course, any family that might be watching, Patrick Kalutko, for coming on as a sponsor for his podcast.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations. I'm sure we'll be talking to you pretty soon. I know you got some good tracks coming up for you in the next couple weeks, so we hope to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we're going to bring in our second place finisher tonight. Will, it's Josh in the booth. You got me?
Gotcha.
Hey, man, hard fought battle. Just like I just said to Steven, it seemed like all night the top 5 were battling so hard and able to come home second place tonight. How'd you see the race from your side of things?
Honestly, I don't know. A lot of that was just luck. I was just, riding and hoping I survived the night. I got caught up in a pretty bad wreck. I had to use my fast repair, and at that point, it was just like, well, I'm gonna play it safe. And lo and behold, I ended up coming home second. So I'll take it for after tonight.
Yeah, I was saying to Steven too, it's amazing how long you guys are able to stay out on tires tonight. Were tires really a premium tonight, or were they not wearing out as fast as normally would here?
Definitely weren't wearing out as fast as normal because of the amount of cautions tonight. But no, I mean, like I went in that first time at first pit stops, and I had plenty of life left on my tires. But if you could get to the high side and stay up there, that really helped you big time.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on your second place finish. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Thank my teammate there, TJ, at the end. We were trying to get him up into third place there. We were trying to work together to get the high side and keep some cars behind us. So thanks to him for helping me out there and getting me up to second place.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations. And I'm sure, as I said to Steven, I know you're pretty good at these short tracks, and we got Phoenix coming up next week. I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
Have a good one.
And lastly, our winner tonight, Colin. This is Josh in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Hey, man, congratulations on the win tonight. No, like I was saying earlier, a couple weeks ago, not having the best of luck with some pit stops. Able to come back tonight. Have a great win. I saw you got quite the fan club here on Facebook shooting messages out. So, how'd you see the race from your side of things?
One word, luck. Didn't have the greatest qualifying. I think I started 23rd. But as you know, Bristol is a race of attrition. Whoever survives is who's competitive at the end. So I got really lucky coming up through the field, avoided a lot of wrecks. Everyone raced me clean. The pit strategy just seemed to work out. So yeah, I can't really say it was anything I was doing driving. I had a lot of luck on my side tonight.
Yeah, it seemed like your pit strategy was a little bit different than some of the other guys up there because you were able to really drive through the field there towards the end. And it looked like at one point you were shot out of a cannon as you went by Stephen Black and Michael White there for fifth and fourth at one point. So were the newer tires, really helping you out there towards the end?
They definitely put me in a position when the rest of the leaders took their final pit stop. I was kind of nervous about that strategy. I still have a set of tires, but I figured enough guys might have done the same thing I did, which would put the leaders maybe, 10th, 11th position with 20, 30 to go. And I know how difficult it is to climb through. So I was just hoping, that the laps would wind down and they wouldn't be able to get up to me.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations with the win. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Of course, again, my lovely wife, Cassie, biggest fan there, and Nick and Cora as well. I know they're always cheering for me. So appreciate it, guys. Glad I could finally do something in the cup race.
Yeah, between Nick and Cora Lee, and I think there's a couple other names in there as well. I can't really see on my screen. You had quite the fan club and quite the following tonight, so it's good to see you win for them tonight.
Yeah, glad I could produce something for them. Thanks a lot, guys, and thanks to you, Josh, for doing a great job.
Awesome, I appreciate that. I was alone tonight, so it was a little different for me, but we managed to get through. But again, congratulations, and you run the truck series tomorrow night, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, Bristol is typically not a good track for me. This is obviously by far the best finish. I think I'm usually lucky to get a top 10, so I'm really pleased with tonight's race for sure.
Well, typically the Cup Series drivers drive the truck race and the Xfinity race to prepare themselves and bring something to the next race. Does running tonight going to help you a little bit for tomorrow, you think?
I'll be honest with you, I'm still pretty new to this. I've never run trucks at Bristol, so I really hope so.
Well, awesome. Congratulations, and we will talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it, Josh.
Again, that was Colin Willems, our winner tonight. Again, 200 laps here at Bristol. A lot of attrition, but still a lot of good racing, a lot of hard racing, and we saw a great race tonight. Again, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. We're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark by the end of April, so that's coming up pretty quickly. And yeah, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter too. We like to have a little fun there, throw up some memes. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the truck race tomorrow. More Bristol at night. I should be with my normal partner tomorrow night, so we'll see how things go. Other than that, congratulations again to Colin. And thanks again for coming out. And as Atlee would say, over and out.